Hey YouTube, I'm Cody and this is Josh. We're going to be starting a channel that's focused mostly on sports. Obviously the NCAA tourney is going to fire up here soon. We're going to have days where we're gaming, hopefully a Twitch account where we can challenge people in the future. We're big 2K players, Madden, you name it, we play it. Josh is going to tell them a little bit about himself and then we will move on from there.
I'm Josh. I just pretty much everything he said, I pretty much do the same thing. We get into gaming. We are both into sports. We are creating this just because we want to try to get our opinion out and see how people react. So pretty much what we're going to do now is go over some stuff about the NCAA that we think is going to happen, like our upsets and what are some good matches.
All right. I'm going to start with South Dakota State over Maryland. That's a 12-5 matchup. As you all know, 12s beat the 5s pretty frequently. For instance, there's only been 4 years since 1985 where a 12 did not beat a 5 at least once. And South Dakota State is a good shooting team that plays defense, where Maryland is very streaky. A couple of things I wrote down that I thought were interesting were that Maryland hasn't won their first round game in 14 years. They have 13.1 turnovers per game and don't force many turnovers. So obviously if you're turning the ball over and not getting turnovers, you're going to lose points per game there. They're also near the bottom of the Big Ten in offensive rebounding, and South Dakota State is a decent rebounding team. They also hold opponents under 42% shooting per game and rebound well, and have one big freshman who is named Mike Dom. He's a 6'9" forward, scoring almost 15 points a game. All right, my second upset to watch out for is Wichita State over Arizona. Wichita State just won by 20 points last night, so they kind of have the momentum there. Arizona doesn't play much defense at all, giving up close to 70 per game, and Wichita State only gives up 59 points per game. Again, something that scares me about Arizona is they tend to lose to teams they shouldn't, and they can't beat good teams. They're 1-4 this year against top 25 teams. We have Ron Baker and Fred Van Vliet on Wichita State, who are seniors, in their last go-around. They have won 122 games together and reached the Final Four a couple years ago. So that's a reason to watch out for them. All right, Josh, go ahead and add on.
With those two, pretty much everything he said is pretty much true. And plus, pretty much with Maryland, they've been an up-and-down team pretty much all year. They've won consecutive, they've done a lot, but they've had their down moments where they couldn't hit very much. So, like he said, South Dakota State's got that big freshman that could go off at any point. And then another thing, like he said, Wichita State's on a roll, and they got two big players that have been in the tournament, know what's going on, and live and die by trying to beat the other opponent. Some of my upsets pretty much are in the West region. I could see Yale beating Baylor just because Yale's pretty much a slow down pace, try to beat you by the half-court possessions, and Baylor's kind of get out and run. So if Baylor can't really get out and run, they're going to have trouble unless they can create turnovers and everything else. Another thing is pretty much the Oregon State VCU, just because VCU, yeah, they have a different coach, but they're pretty much the same team. They're press, try to get into you, create turnovers, get easy buckets, and win like that. Oregon State's got the stud, Gary Payton II, which he's going to do a lot of stuff, create for everybody else, but only one person. He needs somebody else to come up and play for him. That's pretty much my two upsets in that region, and I don't have any other ones.
All right, and one thing we're going to do over the next couple of weeks, we're going to obviously let the first round play out, and we're going to make new videos after each round. So if any of you guys that watch, and we know we won't have any views yet, But feel free to comment why you think we're wrong on our upset picks. Feel free to let us know which games you're going to be watching and why. And we'll get back to you for sure, especially early on in our channel. We're going to get back to you via comment or video. You can send video replies too if you want. Other than that, like I said, we're going to have a day or two a week that we want to challenge subscribers when we get there. If you think you're good at 2K, could take us down, we have a 3-man squad that I feel is pretty good. So either send us an email or comment here. And I look forward to posting more videos with Josh, and hope to see you watching. Thanks.